It's I would say, I don't know, Celsius. I should look on my handy dandy little phone here this morning. Good morning, Ogre. Good morning, Pat. How are you doing today? Hopefully everything is well. I have Omer in the house going crazy with me today. So how is everybody doing? I got on this morning, my phone was dead. Jim Allner, how you doing this morning? Welcome. How are things with you? Good to see you. I this morning I woke up and I said to myself, I feel better than I felt in a while, and I realized that um, a lot of times it's the weather. It's the weather that's bugging me. You know what I mean? It's uh, the allergies and the mango trees and all this stuff going on. But Ogre, Jim, you got your cup of coffee this morning? Jim, are you here? Yeah, you're here. You're up north. I having my coffee still. I have coffee all day. I do. I have coffee all day. I start at this what time? Well, whenever I get up, within 30 minutes, I have a cup of coffee. Jack Redmond, how you doing? Is it cold where you're at? Where are you got jacket on today? Is it cold? I know, like for me, here, it never rarely gets cold. Every once in a while, when storms come through, I get cold, but it's not really been that bad here as far as weather. I don't. Well, I miss the fall. I miss the seasons. You know. Yeah, I'm in Las Piñas. Okay. And Jim, um, is that where's that at? Is that towards Manila? Cup of coffee. This is my. Well, I had half a cup and I filled it up. Should bring the pot over here so I can just fill it up. Fill it up. I like a little sugar in my coffee. So yeah, Jim. So how things with you? And hopefully you're well and doing well today. Uh, Me and Omer here at the house. Ruth is outside doing laundry, and then we have RR is in a spring resort going swimming on a cloudy, rainy day. Swimming is good, but that where they're going is a place called Liiving, and honestly, just from my heart, it's moldy, mold around the pool. Uh, it's clean. The water's not cloudy or anything, and it's spring fed. But would I go swimming in it? No. It's cleaner to go in the ocean. It's cleaner to go in a river. Batlash, good morning, sir. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you, and hopefully you're well and doing well, man. Good to see you. I know that you were on live stream the other day, and I caught part of that. I haven't been cold yet here in Baguio. Not like all the residents with coats on. I am in shorts and t-shirts most of the days. Yeah, I know everybody. Listen, I have to ask the Filipino when I come on today. I'm going to ask the Filipino, how can you wear a jacket when it's 100 degrees out? And it's a North Face jacket. I mean, really hot. Omer, shh. What do you keep crying for? He said, walk around crying. Jim Honor, yes, part of Manila. I'm about 15 miles from the capital center of Manila. Oh, okay. Yeah, Jim. So, how's the weather there? Is it good? Okay? Sorta? Kinda? Yeah. I thought I'd come on just for about an hour today, just see how everything's going, and kind of get a feel of things there. So, yeah, Carl, good morning. I now live in Mangaldan, Pangas. I can't pronounce it, so I'll just say you live there. Carl, that's nice, man. How are things? You happy? You contented? Hopefully you're contented, happy, and all okay. I know sometimes that some of the guys, they get to an area, they just don't like it, man, and they move. You know, not that's the thing. Don't get situated in one area, and until you love it, right? Right, like Carl. He says, "I love it here," and uh, check other areas out. Uh, get used to an area and travel around a little bit. Maybe you like more of a Western style living instead of a province living. Things like that. Carl is around 30 to 45 minutes from Baguio, but it's very hot there. Oh, it is? Yeah. I know one thing. I'll just be honest with you. It's hot here. It's hot. It's unbearable. After a certain time, it's unbearably hot. It's almost unbearable hot. So it gets to the point to where it's just way too hot. I think I let my dog out here. He's driving me crazy back and forth. Here, let me let him out. Excuse me a minute, guys. Go outside. If you do it wrong. There you go. Sorry about that. I had to let him out, man. He's driving me crazy. Let him go out there and do what he needs to do. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, it's part of Manila. Jack's saying Carl's 30 45 minutes from Baguio, and it's very hot. The temperatures can get hot here. Now, the other day, I did do this. I went online and I said, top 10 places, top 10 coolest places to live, temperature-wise, in the Philippines. Well, get this. I looked on the list. The number one place was Lantapan. Lantapan is here up in the mountain where we were just at, where they were camping. It said it's so cold there. It was cold when we went up there. It's so cold there that dew stays up there a long time. In other words, 11, 12 o'clock, the dew can still be there, and it's cold. You're up in the clouds. And we were up high. I got to tell you, we were up high. And then another place on that list was Baguio, was number 2. Another third place was Malaybalay. They're both right here. Malaybalay is 1 hour from me, and it's still cold there. I mean, it's cold there. So I have cold places. I can go up there. Ogre's saying, good morning, Ogre. I think I'll take the cooler area of Baguio. Me too. I like cooler areas personally. I mean, I was born and raised in the heat in Arizona. Been through the South and Texas, 100, 110, 117. Been through that. And I don't mind it, but I mind it. You understand? I get tired of it. I like cooler temperatures. I'm not a guy, I don't like, 0 or 20. But if it's 40, 50, 60, it's okay. It gets into 30s, okay. I'm okay in 30s. Really? Really? This 95 plus 95% is unbearable. It's unbearable. It is was 99% humidity yesterday, and it was 90 degrees. It was hot. You go outside and you stand there and it's just hot. I was standing in the sun, and I was sweating before I even got to the sun. I'm comfortable every day. Yeah, good. I like the heat from Indiana. Yeah, I'm from Indiana. Yeah, Indiana gets cold too. And you get a lot of snow up in there too. I used to go to Indy all the time. I used to live, Carl, in Paris, Tennessee. And I used to work for IGA. So Wetterau, I think it changed its name from Wetterau to Super Value or something. I work for them, and which is Save-A-Lots and things like that. I work for them. And I used to travel all up in Indiana and just all over the place. I mean, all Tennessee and Georgia and North and South Carolina and Virginia. I like it cool originally from Michigan. I tend to melt in other areas. Yeah, Jack, I understand that. Jerry B, good morning. I would take the heat compared to Western New York winters. Yeah, Western New York winters. Buffalo here. I understand that. Jerry B, Buffalo, Buffalo, Buffalo. So I understand that. I lived there for 2 years, and the 2 years was a nightmare. How about Indian summer there? Indian summer. I don't know, August, September in there somewhere. You correct me if I'm wrong. You be cooking outside, and the next day you get snow on the ground 3 feet. So hot. I remember cooking, I don't know, 60 chickens because they had a gathering, and more than that. I'm the only one cooking. I had 3 girls going, and I'm saying to myself, it's just too hot out here. It's just way too hot. So, Mark, Fahrenheit temperature here, average on the average, runs anywhere from 79, 78, 79 Fahrenheit, all the way up to, it really stays in the 90s. 90% of the time in the 90 Fahrenheit. And then the sun, since we're close to the equator, as you know, the whole Philippines, it's hot. It'll burn you. If you stand in the sun, that's the reason everybody wears the jackets. It burns your skin. I stood out there yesterday. Now, do you get tan from it? You can get tan from it. But I get tan and red and everything else. It's not like we're U.S. I can get tan in U.S. and it kind of sticks. Here, it just burns. You're right on Buffalo Tom. Exactly. Exactly. Jerry B, I tell you what, man. And get this. What is the weirdest thing for me, Jerry, is, you be prepared. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I got my jackets and everything. And the next morning, it'll be so much snow. And they're out there like a normal day. And I'm freaking out. I'm trying to drive. And I will never forget this. I'm trying to drive, and they drive fairly well, because they're used to it. And I'm trying to drive, and I'm going really slow. And these people are doing 40 and 45 mile an hour past me on these side streets, and I'm doing 20, 10. And I'm trying to get around. I mean, I'm familiar with snow. We had snow in Arizona. It's dry snow, but it's still snow. And I said to myself, wow, these people are something else. They're really, and everybody get around fine. But after I got used to it, I got better. But I really didn't like the cold. Ice really bothered me the most. And I fell a dozen times. More than that. I think I fell a dozen times the first month. And it gets so cold, the temperature will actually get you. I mean, the temperature is just, you walk out the door and you're frozen, So you had to have some type of coverage for your car. I mean, really, common sense. But I didn't always have it, because some of the houses didn't have. They have the one-car garage, the simple house, small house with a one-car garage. And so make it tough. Carl's saying right now in Mangalan, 83 degrees, like feeling 92, 89% humidity. It's hot here. It's really hot. Pumpkin Joe, good morning. I have personal experience that no one drives as good as Canadians in the snow. Yeah, Canadians can drive good in the snow. They're really good at it. And when I used to travel up in there, I enjoyed myself. They did, Scoot, good morning. They did travel really nice. They can drive. How's B Joy? Hopefully B Joy's doing well. Pumpkin Joe, did you have that baby? You had the baby, right? I think you had the baby. It's Isabella. Am I correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize if I'm wrong. Mark Richards, back according to Google, is 56 to 75 degrees. Howdy, John. Good morning, Wolfen. Mr. John. It's normally on, the temperatures here will vary, and only just a few degrees. At night when the storm comes through, at one time it got into 60 degrees, 62, according to my handy dandy little phone here. I don't have a temperature thing. They have them, you can purchase them, you can buy them, but I never could get the thing to work. I went and bought new batteries. That's the thing, you go buy new batteries here, doesn't mean they're new. And I went and bought some new batteries, and it was kind of like they worked and didn't work. So it's about that. It's back, they say it's really nice. Now, Malai, I'm not sure. Look at Malai. Look at the, do me a favor, Jack. Or Mark. Mark, good morning, Mark. Mark, look at the temperatures in Mindinao Bukidnon, Philippines. That's just right over here by me, an hour from me. See what that is. 28 Celsius here, more. It's humid. Yeah. Kevin P, how you doing, my friend? High five, high five. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. $1,000. Kevin P said to have a baby in Cambodia. Pumpkin Joe. $1,000. Hey, Pumpkin Joe, I did some research. To have a baby here runs anywhere from 40 to 50,000. If it's a C-section, it goes up to about 1,500 without any complications. If you have complications, so you're looking at $1,000 to $1,500 with the C-section. Because I was concerned, 3,000 to me just seemed like just so incredibly high, And so, I know we just had a baby. Reason I know this, we just had a baby arrived in the family. It's 5 months old. So 5 months ago, it cost them in the birthing center 25,000 peso with no complications and no C-section. And it was a young girl, so it was an easy labor for her. So that was, and I found that very interesting. The cost there was very, I thought, affordable. I mean, that's cheap. Biden tested again. I thought I had COVID last week, guys. I really thought I had it last week. Oh, that C-section, $1,000. Oh man, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. $1,000. Yes, we had the baby 13 days ago. Now getting to sleep with children 2 years apart is something special. Pumpkin Joe, God bless you, man. High five. I tell you what, I know you got some rest. You look, between you and me, you look pretty rough the other day. Just saying. Joke. You look good. You look good all the time. You look very guapo all the time. There you go. I was concerned about that black mold in that facility, that and you're having that baby in there. That bothered me. And I all day I thought about that. I thought about the black mold. Because, you can go sometimes, even though it's 12 hours, up to 12 hours, you can a day later still have catch the spores because they could linger around in your body. Biden tested again. I did not know that. Keith Richards. I'll have to check out Baguio. Just waiting for my first Social Security check. I will look how you spell this town, please. M-A-L. Here, I'll spell it. I'll spell it. M-A-L-A-B-A-L. There it is. We'll see where that one right there. See where that one right there. Social Security. I will look how you spell that town, please. Yeah, Mark. I just put it in there for you. Thank you, Mark. The C-section $1,000. To download the Weather Channel, you just type in your location, gives you your temperature. Yeah, I have a type weather app. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's a app. Natural birth is about 300 to 500. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's the same here, about 300 to 500, and for natural birth, C-section. So it's really the same price where you're at, where I'm at. Then ours is a little more expensive then. But if I imagine Duma and some of the highly populated areas probably more expensive. 3,000 for the first. Make sure I got everybody. Yeah. Mark, waiting on that first check. I understand that. But I was waiting on mine too. 3,000 for the first, 1997 for the wife the second time, and 400. I'm not counting because Phil Health picked up 400 for the second child. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I know that a lot of times you don't really think about it. That's okay. 3,000 for the first, 19 for my wife the second time, so 2,000. Yeah, 15K. Yeah, I know. I misspoke yesterday, and I got to thinking about it. So it's probably about anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 on a natural birth in U.S. And I got to thinking about it. I bet it's more than that for a C-section. Yeah, and you're right. You got to have insurance. There is if you're living, which I think Mark, I don't know. I think you're living in Florida. There's if you sign up for Florida Health Program, there's a program. If you go to Florida Health Hospital and get the Florida Health plan and use their plan and use their hospital, they really give you a great reduction in price. I mean, really, it's like a half, sometimes a third. I mean, it's $92 a month full coverage. My friend is older than me. He's paying $62 a month, and he's 70. He's 71, 70, 71. Pumpkin Joe. They gave us a room charge because I was preparing for a patient transfer because they scrubbed the mold. We could see it, and we're like, good as new. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's good. Arilla, Ray, Mount Boontalk to you too. I always get the Mount Boontalk and Mount Gubihi confused. I don't know why, but I do. Mark Rid, 66 to 86. Okay. That's the average. All right. So Malai, 66 to 86. Okay. Well, that's better. It's not as good as Baguio. Baguio was what? Baguio was, I forget what you said, 56 to 75. So it's only, it's 10 degree difference. It's 10-degree difference up and down either way. Long Island, good morning, sir. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you for coming on and spending your valuable time. Yeah, and you're right, Scoot. That is expensive. McCall's World, good morning. Same town. We will be moving the same town in 2 weeks. McCall's World, you coming here? You're coming here in our town? Good. And sounds good to me. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. One of the guys at work's wife just had a kid 2 months ago. Cost him $7,000 with his insurance. So he had insurance. It's still $7,000. Oh man. I don't know what. I think a lot of us. It's like one guy said, forget it. If I get sick, I have insurance here, but if it's not enough, forget it. Just put me down. Just shoot me, he says. Long Island, Jim Allner. My daughter-in-law had a baby about 9 months ago. I believe it was $550 USA or 30,000 peso. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's about right, really. The C-section was blessed because they found, a very insistent and removed it surgically before it bursted. Oh man, God bless you, man. I'm happy they did that. Then, God works in mysterious ways. That was planned that way. Pumpkin. Alan Butler, did you hear? How you doing, Alan? A dispute last winter? No, I did not. Getting the very dangerous since we have military there. Philippines might get in the middle. Oh, I did not know that, Alan. I'm not seeing anything about that. Jack, it gets cooler at night here. I see, yeah. So, yeah, it gets cooler there, and the temperatures don't get up to 86. But even at 86, if the humidity is less, because it's on a higher, I bet the humidity is less. It's higher up. I know every time I go through, I'm going through the clouds. I don't care if it's noon, I go through the clouds there. It's weird. Now, I've gone through the daytime, where there's no clouds, but it's weird. Yeah. A real array. In Ontario, we worry about visitors parking costs in hospitals are free. Employer don't come here with no savings thinking you'll live the rest of your days in the Philippines on just $500,000 for the rest of your days. Yeah, Pumpkin Joe, you're right. The idea of coming here, getting $1,000 a month Social Security, and surviving here is rose-colored glasses. You're not going to survive here on $1,000 a month and save money and have extra for illnesses, have extra for like your refrigerator dies or your aircon dies and you're 70-something years old and you need that aircon to breathe at night. There are certain complications. This is really going to hit you here. Sometimes the older guys, and some of the older guys, the Canadians, they moved back to U.S. The Canadians live in Florida now. They moved back to Florida. The couple lived over here. They moved back to Florida because he was getting too old, and they could not take care of his services here at all. So he moved back to Florida, and he said, I asked him the other day, "Are you happy?" He goes, "I'll be honest. I was actually surprised at how happy I am being back here in the States, and I was actually surprised that I feel better here, and I honestly, I feel better because my food, the availability of the food and the freshness of the vegetables and the freshness of the foods and the availability of the foods is better for me, and I feel better here in the States. And he said, I love it here. So because the Philippines has changed a lot. We went to the market to buy vegetables, and there are maybe 10 types of vegetables at the market. That's it. You're not going to find celery. You never can find celery anyway. You're not going to find a lot of vegetables there. You can get squash. You can get squash. You can get onion and garlic and things like that, and ginger, and that's not really vegetables, but you can get certain things, but not everything. Cabbage, but they just don't have a lot of stuff. And they really have. They never really did. There's only a selection of 15 items, and that's it. Unless you go up the upper mountains, you get a lot of selections. But you're right about Arillo. The morale, I just don't come here with a savings, think you'll have the rest of your life days. Yeah, you're right about that. I know the price goes down if you have a second child. Yeah. I'm in Michigan, but I can fly to Florida to sign up for the insurance before I go to the Philippines. Do I have to be a resident? Yeah, you got to be a resident, but you got to be there. You got to live there to get it. But it's a good plan, and you have to live there and go to go to their hospital. I wish they had hospitals here. Of course, they're a big group. I mean, I think they got hospitals, Florida hospitals. I think they got them in Texas. So, it's a pretty good plan. I pay 9,000 pesos for rent, okay, for a 2-bedroom house. I'm about 20 pesos a month, not including food, eat at home. Yeah, I spend about 35 a month. It's always averaged about 35 a month. Every once in a while, it gets more. Now I'm talking 35 just for quality of life and gas and fuel and things like that. If we do extracurricular activities, like go to Lantapon or we'll go to that place, that resort, that's another 10, 12, 15,000 peso. But really overall, you can still live under 1,000, no worries. But then you're going to have the added costs of the fear of the insurance and things, in general. I know that the very first monkeypox case arrived here in the Philippines yesterday, day before yesterday. So there's that availability here now also. That's really that's good cost of living. Yeah, he's living good. I mean, my cost, of course, I don't pay rent. My electric's my major cost, 6,000, and but I have some solar that helps with that. Then my other expenses. So I live cheap, but it's gas for the car. Food is 6, 7, 8,000 or more. So maybe $200 now a month for food, 50 a week, probably about right. I live on less than 1,000 a month, but I have health insurance. Yeah, it's nice. Jack Eastman, good morning. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming on. Mikado Husby, good morning, sir. How you doing? Thank you for coming on. Yeah, how are you? We're doing good. I pay $15 a month. Did you say $15 a month? 15 a month for 4-bedroom, fully furnished, no worries, no on electric. Spend under $20 a month, and water's around $10. Don't need air conditioning here. That saves a lot. Jack, did you say 15 a month? $15 a month? Or is it 150? Oh, 15K. I left him outside. He's driving me crazy. So 15K a month.
Stop it.
He's crying and whining and everything else. So 15K a month on a 4-bedroom. Hey, that's nice. So it's $300 a month on a 4-bedroom house. No worries, electric is $20. Man, see? So your less, include your food, less than $500 a month. Can't beat that. People say you can't do it. I've been saying all along 7 years ago you can. People were, man, I had so many naysayers. I had so many people tell me, there's no way. I said, how can you go? Come on. I mean, the rent is, you're paying $100 a month. We paid $100 a month for rent in a 2-bedroom apartment with aircon. And then the aircon was $2,000. My aircon here was $2,000. The highest month I got for the first 3 years was $60. But because of the rate increases, rate double, triple, quadruple, 5 times, it's gone up now. I use the same kilowatts as I did 3 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't use any more electric than I did. No new appliances or anything. So that shows how much things have increased. So from 3,000 to 6,000. So that shows the costs of the electricity here, how it's changed. And I foresee that electricity within by December, January, instead of 6, it's going to be 9. So you have to be fully prepared to be fully solar on 110%. And I shall be, hopefully. Jack, I pay 15 a month. Yeah, 15K. My main concern is medical. Wolfen, I'm starting to agree with that 100%. That's starting to be my concern. I'll just be honest with you. I'm healthy. I need to exercise more. I'm more lethargic, but I need to exercise more. I honestly believe that is going to be my main concern. Because I'm 67, taking Social Security late will be $2,800 plus small pension. My ex gets half. Okay, but I'm happy with my Filipino I plan to marry. Well, $2,800, Mark, is a lot of money in Philippine standards. $2,800, a lot of money for me. If I had that in U.S., I'd be living like a king. I don't have access to $2,800. I don't get that much money, but I'm happy that you get that much money. I mean, at one time, you're going to live like a king here for $2,800. I mean, you take the 800 and save the 2,000, honestly. So there are ways that you can actually save here. You grow your own vegetables, things like that. But I look at vegetables and things. We can't really grow a lot of stuff here. We can grow the simple things, you can get sweet potatoes and yams and potatoes and things like that. But you can eat so much of that. Their spinach is a little on the bitter side. Their eggplants is okay for me. I like all of it, but you can only have so many meals of it. The vegetable fruits are grown locally, especially the strawberries. See, Jack, we don't have strawberries or any of that here, and the fruits that we have here are fine. I have my jackfruit and things like that, bananas and things, but there's not a lot of different stuff. Of course, we don't have the oranges. Now, I saw the other day where they started growing lemons in Baguio back in the 40s and 50s. And I guess there's a big lemon market up there because of the weather. If you advise to take Social Security early, Hong, I did. Let me tell you the reason why I did, personally. I started thinking about between 62, I did not know if I would live to 65, I'll be honest with you. I was that wore out. I took it, if you take the numbers and take 62 to 65, and the money you make between the 62 and 65, it was better off for me to retire. Because it was not going to be a whole lot difference for me. Really. If I kept working until I was 65, it's not going to be that much difference for me. I think it was only going to be $100 or $200 a month, or $2,000 a year. And I said, well, I'll manage that, somehow. Yeah, 15K. Yeah. Yeah, Makoto strawberries, they grow them here in, I can't think of the name, that place up there. What's that place going to Davao, Mama? Lorega. They grow strawberries up in Lorega. And you can get lettuce and things. But it's an hour drive north up into the mountain. And so it's really a hump to get up there to get strawberries and lettuce and things like that. Fuel will cost you more to get that stuff. Even fuel now is still 72 peso per liter. It's not coming down at all. I'm lucky so far in life. I'm 67 and have no medical problems, thanks to be the guy. Me too, Carl. I'm 67 also, just turned 67 in 1 month. And I'm excited that I'm not having any medical conditions. I just need to exercise more, drop about 40 pounds, get back to... I'm trying to eat right. It's impossible. It's completely impossible. I'm trying to get the rice out of my diet because my doctor told me once I eat that 1 cup of rice, it's 10 teaspoons of sugar going into my body. He said, you're going to be diabetic if you're not careful. Stay off the rice. Don't eat 1 teaspoon. Well, it's impossible. I have tortillas. I have bread. I run out of tortillas. I run out of bread. I have to have the rice. So 2 meals yesterday. Rice. My stomach bloated up like a watermelon. And I can tell it today. I'm very lethargic because I had that rice. And I feel like the sugar did hit my system. If you stop eating the rice, it's amazing what withdrawals your body will go through. He said you're going to go through some big withdrawals, and I did. Sick and craving the sugar and everything else. But he said you'll know so much difference. Drop that rice. It's something about the insulin when the rice comes into our body. Now, tacos will do the same thing, but they don't turn into the teaspoons of the sugar. I did not know this. He said, he just told me, he says, man, what are you doing eating rice? You're gonna die early. You're gonna be dead by 70 if you don't stop eating the rice. Don't eat rice. Eat rice 3 meals a day here. He said if you keep eating your rice, you're gonna be dead, even though you're healthy. Because and I've noticed the average age of Filipino here is what, guys? What's the average age? Do you guys even know? Search online. You'll be amazed the average age of Filipinos surviving here. They're early 60s. Early 60s. Okay, Jack, 15K, okay. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Mark King. How you doing? Welcome. I use solar as much as you can. It will save you a lot in funds. Yeah, Gino, you're right, man. Spot on. You're right. Gino, it's on right now. It's on 24/7, 7 days a week. It's never stopped being on now for 3 years that I've had it. Pumpkin Joe. LOI, I'm splurged a few days ago. Spent $14 and 48 box of Pop-Tarts. Cherry Blueberry Yum. Oh, man, 48 pack. I'm going to have to get to that S&R place and see if I can find some of that stuff. And maybe hopefully find some ground beef. I'm craving beef. I need the zinc and the protein. Big Strawberry Farms in Trinidad next to Baguio. Yeah. There are many, there's some beautiful farms up there also. Down here is too hot to grow. It's amazing. You go up the mountain, you grow everything. Come down the mountain where I live, nothing. We got a 9,000 peso bill for electric here. Whoa! I said to my wife, we were here in the hospital for days, unplugged the air cons. How's that possible? Let me tell you something. Exactly. How can you get a bill? Because it's the first of the month. They read the meter last month, right? So you got the bill last month at, say, the 20th or whatever it is, and you owe that bill. It's from that meter to that meter, right? The month that you come in, it's the month of usage that you're in. Am I correct with that? So it's the same thing. We left for 2 weeks one time, come back, my bill's the same. How can that happen? How can the bill be the same? Bruce says, no, it's the previous month. I said, no, how could it be the previous month when they read it at the end of the month? How can that happen? They don't hold you back 30 days. So when I first moved in here, I moved in, and on the 30th, I had to pay the bill on the 30th. So it's not like they hold back. So you don't get 2 months free, like a month free when you move in. Kind of know what I'm saying? So if you ever left and you're gone for 30 days, you still get a bill. It don't work that way. So it's the month that you're in. So how can a bill that I had be still the same price as it was when I left? I don't understand it. Some power companies, what they started doing, guys, if you have your power on and you don't flip it off, they say, for instance, you have your fridge plugged in, your laptops and everything, your TV. When it comes back on, all the meter goes, you know, the spinning circle, which is digital now, but the spinning circle, which they get the revenue from that, a lot of money. Can you imagine all the money they make? And I'm beginning to think they do that on purpose. So we turn off all our appliances and then when it comes back on, then we plug them all back in. Drinking 4 glasses of water will help you. Gino, I drink 4 glasses. I have containers of water I keep in the freezer, and then I drink that during the day, and I usually drink 3 or 4 of those a day. Hardly know anybody in live stream anymore. Guess it's a good thing for you, Tom. What do you mean you never know anybody? These are the same people. Jack Redmond, Pumpkin Joe, Mark, Gino, Mikado, Carl. These are all people that's from the start. Mark Richards. These been on here from the very first time I did a video. Mark King, believe it or not, yeah. These are my buddies from like back. Gino Clark's been on a long time. Pumpkin Joe, now Pumpkin Joe is probably the newest friend on here. Jack Redmond, yeah, Strawberry, yeah, Jack and all those guys. Graham's been a friend for like years. So nice life, Tom. My wife Mama says I need to go buy some eggs so she makes breakfast. LOL. Pumpkin Joe, God bless you, man. Congratulations on your new baby. Safe trip. Please wear your helmet. Please be careful, because I want to make sure you take care of your babies. Your babies are important. Hello, Tom. Graham, good morning, sir. How's Graham? How's the temperature where you're at here in the Philippines? It is gray skies here today. It's going to rain. It always rains. McCall's World. I'll invite you to a sugarcane farm someday, just next town in Marama. Okay, McCall. That sounds good. Yes, lemons. They have apples, and my favorite is dragon fruit. Yes, mine is dragon fruit too. I love dragon fruit. Ruth cut one the other day and brought it in the house. We're growing those out in the yard, and they were delicious, man. I love it. I prefer sweet potato over white potato. Yeah, me too. Sweet potato is so good for you. I did break down and put some butter and some brown sugar on them and put them in the oven. Love mint. Tim D, good morning. High five, Mr. Tim D. Good to see you, my good friend. How's Mr. Tim D? Mark, Tim D, you remember Mark? You remember Tim and Christopher Meany? I'm going to stay out of this one when it comes to pension Social Security. That's too personal decision making for me. If I comment, I certainly want to keep it up. The good work, brother. Yeah, Christopher Meany, thank you so much for your support. Yeah, some people will say it's better to retire at 65. Some people say it's better to retire at 62. My decision was, for me, it was a great decision for me. I even went to Social Security. And Social Security says, and it happened to be across the street from Walmart. So I just walked across the street, happened to get lucky one day and got a lady with no appointment. And I sat down and talked to her. I says, now I'm retiring. I'm going to the Philippines at 59. Should I retire at 62 or 65? She says, well, I can't tell you that, sir. She says, let me show you the numbers. So she put the numbers in. And she says, she flipped the screen around, you make your own decision. I said, I think I need to retire at 62. She says, thank you, sir, for coming in, and thank you for being nice today to me, because everybody that comes in here is mean. I go, really? She goes, they are so mean. I said, why? She says, it's always problems. I said, why? She says, Social Security, because of paperwork and this and that, and children get involved, and wives and everything else. I said, well, if I have a problem, I'm coming to you, and I'll always be nice to you. She says, please. And it was a nice office, too. BT, good morning. Yeah, thank Chris for meeting. I might get 62, 63 and retire overseas. Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, ask Social Security. Actually put the numbers down. Write it down, what you're making at 62. Write it down what you're making at 65. The 3 years that you're going to make, how long will it take you to make that money back? I think you'll find that you retire at 62. Good morning, Scoot. I agree taking the Social Security is possible. Yeah. No male on my father's side has lived past 49. I'm the first to live at the ripe 67. High five, Jack. Jack, you're going to make it to 97. You are. You're going to make it to 97. And I'm happy. God bless you, man. Gino, eat fruits. You're right. Gino, you're right. Good fruits. Good fruits is good for you. And not too much of it. Charles Suckstack, good morning. And hello, BT. How you doing? Jim Honor, a person cannot live on Philippines just my Social Security. I also receive 2 separate pensions a month. It's one from Teamsters Union. Yeah, Jim. And you know what? I honestly am the same. You need multiple sources of income, and I have multiple. But you need multiple sources of income just to get over the hump. Say for instance you're drawing $1,000 a month Social Security, and you're living on, just say 5. Well, the 500 is going to go, and say for you have to dip into it, and you end up with 300 a month extra, and you're saving it, right? And say you got 5,000 in the bank just off of that, and then your whatever savings and credit cards available and things like that. I don't care how much you have. It seems to go quick, and it go quicker here than it will in the U.S. because you get that thing in your mind: 50 to dollar, 50 to dollar, 60 to a dollar, 60 to a peso. I mean, 60 pesos to the dollar, 50 pesos, and you get that in your mind. So it's easy to throw out that 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. 20 don't go far here either. Just like it don't go far in U.S. You can't go to the store and buy anything for $20 in U.S. You can't do anything. So you take 100. Well, even 100 skimpy. You go in the store, it's more like 150, $200 going to the store, or 300. I mean, going to S&R, $300, easy, right? I personally could not live in the Philippines in Social Security. I understand. The other one is private company that had a pension plan. Wow. Can you get low carb foods, low carb bread and tortillas? Yeah, I can, Jack. So that's what I've been doing this last month. I've been eating low carbs as much as possible. What happened was I ran out of tortillas. And it's hard for the girls to make tortillas because pressing the tortillas. Because when we make tortillas, we got to make 100. Because if family sees them or RR sees them, they're gone. I mean, you can easily eat 15 at a setting, at a table, 3 to 5 each. So even the big ones, I'm talking 10 inches. So you got to make 100. And so that's what I started doing. And exercise. But you got to stay off the rice, BT. It's pure sugar, 10 teaspoons of sugar. Yeah, so Jack, I'm working on that one. Brown rice is a fine. Yeah, I've been trying to get brown rice and the red rice and the black rice. But even the doctor told me to stay off that. The browns are questionable. The reds for diabetic, for people with diabetes. It's okay, but it still has sugar in it. Eat 1 cup of rice each day. Yeah. I'm trying to eliminate the rice at all. I have oatmeal in the morning for breakfast, and I'm trying not to eat any rice. I will go purchase this next time tortillas. I'm going to purchase a press, or tortilla press. Okay, it costs $20. I'm going to purchase one of those. So if I have to, I'll make my own tortillas. Ruth said it's only like 2 or 3 ingredients for tortillas anyway. Make them and I'll pan them out, and I can freeze them and put them in the freezer in an airtight container, and make them myself, because I buy wheat bread. I mean wheat flour, so I can make wheat, and which would save me. Even if you do flour tortillas, it's fine, because it's got fiber in it, and you're not eating, even though the flour, you're not eating the sugar. Very little sugar. Yeah, it has rice for every meal. My wife and daughter Ruth has it for. They have it for lunch, breakfast, and dinner, and snack. I've seen them eat rice just to eat rice. Of course, they're thin, but the doctor explained to me like this: is if you're a young person and you're baby and you start eating rice, when you start eating, your body adjusts to it, and that's the reason Asians are thin, because their bodies adjusted to the rice and they eat. Then when they get older, if you notice, they get fatter and fatter and fatter. It's because the rice is caught up with them, and then they're diabetics at an early age. And that's what he said, that's what happens. And diabetes is the #1 killer here in the Philippines. And there are many, I hate to say how many on this street alone is diabetic. It's because of the rice. Someone else spliced it into your electric line, maybe? I checked on that, Jack. Nobody else. It's the rates. The rates have doubled, tripled, quadrupled 5 times. The Fabeco, where we get our rate, is going up. We're paying 40 cents per kilowatt hour, or 42 cents per kilowatt hour now, where I was paying 10 cents before and 9 cents. When I first got here, I was paying 8 cents. Then it went up to 10 cents. It stayed at 10 cents. And I'm paying 42 cents now per kilowatt. And I'm used to the same kilowatts. So that's what's happened. The same kilowatts being used. I've used 343 kilowatts a month. Last month I used 342 kilowatts. The month before I used 333 kilowatts. So that kind of gives you an idea on what happened. Um, the Big 8 Corporate Tagum has. Is the Big 8 Corp Hotel in Tagum, Davao, any good? Very good, Keith. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Big 8's fine. Yeah. Scoot, hello. Keith Richards. Some Philippines get offended if you ask to cook brown rice, red rice. Yeah, Grant. One thing about it, yeah, I understand that too. And it's about, I understand that. I understand that. Hi, Tom and Ruth. John Ferris. Mr. John, another great channel. You guys check out John's channel. He does some good videos. You're going to hate me for I'm eating now chicken enchiladas. I love it. Wild rice is the best it is. Hello, John Ferris. Electric bill's doubled since the year. Yeah, my electric bill has. My electric bill's doubled too. Yeah. Irene, good morning. How you doing? Long time, 4 years probably. You're right. It's been 4 years, Kevin P. It has been 4 years. Pila Milo team, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the support. You need to make some sweet potatoes, French fries. I love those things. Retire while you still have your health. That's exactly right. My electric bill's gone down. Replaced the evaporator. My split 65, 75 month. Now it's 24/7. Wow. BT, it is a good crowd. Charles Suckstead, how you doing? I'm getting behind. Sorry. Sweeney family, how you doing? Yeah, ours went up from 11 to 14. Ours is ours right now, Sweeney, is 15 something, maybe 16. My jig's $120, but I run my AC right now like 24 hours a day. Mine's on right now. It goes off about 20 hours a day, 18 to 20 hours a day. I run this thing. 18 to 20 hours a day I run it. So, yeah, some fruits are high in sugar, bananas, cherries, mangoes. No. Do some research on high glucose fruits. You're right, Jack. You can only eat fruits up to a certain limit, and because then you're going to get the fruits, and then here you got diabetes again. 80 degrees. Oh, 80 degrees, man. Hit that like, John Ferris saying, yeah. Graham, I live about 100 kilometers from epicenter of last week's earthquake. The floor almost felt like it liquefied. The walls flexed so much that I thought the whole building was coming down. Graham, I know. That 7.3 that we went through here, that's exactly what we felt. It's bad to see all your stuff fall off your fridge and the walls doing like this. But in this expandable house, all we did was this. And that's what I love about this bad boy. The walls, no shaking. I'm standing outside. The blessing house, the second story was going like this. It was something else. Because we had that 7.3. We had 6.7, 7.3. 7.3 was the worst. And a lot of mess here. Thumbs up. How do you stay off rice? Don't eat it. I don't know, BT. I wish I could tell you. I don't know. Press it makes it easier. Yeah, press it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Hey, Scoot. Are you getting a lot of rain? Jim Christie. Good morning. How you doing, man? Jim, I've not seen you in a while. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. I do eat a lot of bread or grains, yeah. If doing oatmeal, do still cut oatmeal if you can. Oats are grains, produce, sugar, the bloodstream. Still cut. I don't know. This is what I use right here, guys. This is all I can get. This is all I have here. I can't get anything else. Believe me, nothing else. Yeah, sorry. Can't get. There's all these selections if you go like cereal, Kellogg's cornflakes. There's 4 kinds in Robinson's and it here. That's it. It's been like that for years. Tim Collins, good morning. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming on. I was in a quake, Peru, South America, hit like a baseball bat on my bed. Ba-boom. I bet you were. Jim Christie, will you be coming to our wedding? I'm marrying my fiancé November 26th. Carolina, Bukidnon will be there. I know it's a 5-hour drive. We'll save a seat for you, man. Jim, where is that at? I'll have to. You send me an email. Young.tom. Send me an email. My favorite is always roasted pig. Tulsa was nice. Almond almond flour. I was trying to think of that flour. Almond flour. Almond flour. A lot of my friends have diabetes too, but it's not just rice, processed food. They add sugar to everything. Yeah. They have what they call sticky rice here, and they put it in the banana leaves, and they eat that. And that's really something that they really do a lot of here. And I decided to kind of stick away from that and not eat that stuff because it's rice. I don't eat any of that stuff. Cassava, they had cassava last night. I stay away from that stuff. I stay away from as much as I can because I don't think it's really good for you. I don't know that it's good for you. So I did research on it, and there's benefits to it, but there's more not. It's better not to have it. Really, I've noticed the long lines of McDonald's and Jollibee might add some weight on them too. It does. Yeah, and you're right. Fast introduction of fast food is a lot of the culprit also. But that's on the younger kids. When I first came here, guys, there was a McDonald's, but it was way over there, right? Way over there. We didn't have a McDonald's. So the kid, I did not see. I've never, for the first 2 years, I never saw a heavy person. I didn't see anybody heavy. I'm talking fat or heavy or 10 pounds overweight. I saw everybody that was thin. Maybe 3 years. No matter where I went, even in CDL, no matter where I went. Then as time went on, you started noticing. You go to Jollibee, you go to McDonald's, you go to Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken at the mall, and that all the other places. And I noticed somebody's like, and now it's opposite. If you see someone that's thin, you're lucky. It's because of all the processed foods.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh. He ate. Uh-oh. Corndale is 50 kilometers north of Jinsan. I see. 50 kilometers north of Jinsan. Okay, Jim.
What is
Uh-oh. Omer ate a face mask. I'm going to build a house. I will install a step-down transformer. Yes. And my LS would be 110. The only thing that will be 220 refrigerator. Aircon will be 110. Yeah, all mine's 110 here. Everything's 110. I do run the solar, but all my appliances are the 110, 220, depending on what it is. You can have the TV's 110 or 220. Fridge 110, 220, all the, like say for instance, I want to put on a coffee pot, 110, 220, because I've used my coffee pot. My solar is set up at 220. It's 12 volt, but he set it up at 220. I don't know why he did it that way, but he did. Thank you for liking the train video I did. You're so welcome. Scott Expat, hello, how are you? Welcome to the live stream today, and thank you so much for coming on. When I got the expandable house, I wasn't really quite sure if I should get 220 or 110. I made a decision 110, and they'll ask you these questions, and I said I don't really know if that was the right decision or not, but it's okay. I mean, the house, the Blessing house over there is 220, and this house is all 110, using only one leg of that, and it's all right. It seems to be fine. I don't have any issues. That aircon that's running now is a window unit. And a window unit will burn more than the split will. So that would probably help if I just turn that one on and turn the bedroom on, and it will cool this whole house. This is a 500 square foot house. Hey guys, I want to do a shout out to Mr. Claude and Jessica in the Philippines. Mr. Claude is a good friend that I took to the airport. You guys saw the video. Ruth is doing well. Thank you, Scott. She was just here. She's doing laundry. Claude is now in Victoria, Texas. He's glad he's back. If you look at his videos, you can actually see his face, the happiness from going back and leaving the Philippines, and get to have this just excited. Well, he moved into a container home, 3-bedroom. I'm assuming 1 bath. Container home. He didn't say the bath, but I know it's got a bath with kitchen and everything. He's paying, includes electric, includes water, includes cable, includes internet, everything, all combined. 3-bedroom. It's actually nice. If you go on Claude and Jessica in the Philippines, you'll see it. It's $760. Electric, water, gas, internet, cable TV, everything. All expenses paid. And that's how they'd sell those. They not sell them, they rent them out. $760 a month. I'm good. How's Ruth? Ruth is fine. I'm type 2 diabetic. I live on salads, even for breakfast. I eat a lot of eggs and bacon, seafood, sausages. Started kelp noodles. Still on the fence with the kelp. Experimenting. You know what, Jack? Make sure you move where there's availability. Maybe you here? No, you come. Availability that has the salads. They are limited on the salads. There's cucumbers. I'm trying to think of anything else. You get what they call hard-skinned tomatoes. Those aren't really that good tomatoes. Yeah, they're good if you leave them out for about 2 months, 3 months, and then they'll ripen up really good, and you can eat them. I say 2 months, but they take a long time. I mean, really. Ruth and I brought some home and put them in a brown bag to ripen them up. I guarantee it took 2-3 weeks, and they was still hard as rock. And they finally started ripening up. Took a month or so, longer. I'll ask Ruth, she'll know. My house is 220 volt, higher voltage, less amps. I used 400 kilowatt last month. I had a big house and big family. Yeah, higher voltage, less amps. The 480 kilowatt hours, I used 333, and my bill was $122, and that's what my 623 cost. Kevin P, Jack Eastman, good morning. The air cons, I noticed the splits do better on this particular environment, because they cut on and cut off, and the fan stays running on high all the time, this window. I have two, because sometimes you get 15 people in this house, and there has been 15 people in this house. It's small, 500 square feet. It gets hot, so I don't want them uncomfortable, and that's the reason why I decided to do that. So the temperatures where you live does matter. It really does matter. If I had a redo, would I move from here? Possibly, yes. If I knew it was going to get this hot here, to me, it wasn't this hot here. It's gotten hotter to me since I moved here. Gary T, high five. From San Francisco, California. Thank you. It's gotten hotter, and it's gotten so hot that I've had to add this aircon. For the first 3 years, we managed this house on that aircon, and it was fine. That aircon didn't deteriorate. It's brand new. It's fine. It does its job, but it seemed like because of the environment we're in, the world, it's gotten hotter. And the trees are the same. In fact, I have more shade coverage now than I ever have. And I don't know, but it's gotten hotter, so I had to add another aircon. Sometimes I have to run both of them because it's literally so hot. You walk out the door, it hits you in the face like a brick, the humidity and the air and the heat. It's 43 degrees, 110 Fahrenheit. Oh, man. Gary T asked, do you notice increase in tourism since country opened up? Is it trickle? Gary T, great question. You know what, Gary T? It has been, honestly, a very little trickle. I've not seen very few, honestly. I met one in town recently. That's it. When I went to, Expat Farming was telling me that he was in CDO. He saw many. But I was there in CDO. Even with Claude, we stopped back through some places, and then we had to go Olympic Kai and went play. I never saw one American at the mall. Not one. I was the only one in the whole mall. Used to be 24. I was the only one in the whole mall for 3 hours. That's unusual. Usually you see one or two struggling around. I didn't see anybody. It seems like they're really kind of trickling in. I don't see I think the only ones that are coming here to the Philippines right now, honestly, are the ones that are going to get married and looking for a Filipina, or the ones that are wanting to move here for the less price, cost, things like that. Now, Mikado is off grid. I'm 100% off grid. I use average 600 kilowatts. I pay 4,300 watt solar panels. Yeah, you know what? That Mikado, I'm impressed with your system. I was talking to the guy that wants to do mine. He's the one that does the towers for Globe and PLDT. He wants to charge me $205,000 to come redo my system here. I said, you're crazy. I said, you're crazy. I'm not going to pay $5,000 for you to come and redo my system. You're taking advantage of me. I said, I have 1,200 watts on the roof. I have 500 amp hours right here. All we need to do is find the same batteries, add a couple more panels on the roof, and I got the batteries in the garage, hook them up, and we're set. What's the problem? I'm waiting on the panels. And then I should be 100% solar. But he don't want to do it because he wants to charge me $5,000 US. So I'll get the other, I'll find somebody else. How can I say this? You remember when people start out in business, they do anything for it. I'll help you no matter what. So that's exactly what happened. I'll help you. I'll do it. Oh man, I've never seen anybody put all your equipment on a two-wheeler. Can I take a picture and use this? Well, what happens is they get bigger and they get bigger and bigger and they grow. And since the electric's doing what it's doing, his business has increased and they got, 5 workers, and now he's making bukus of money. And he forgot that I was his very first customer and that I was the one who gave him a lot of ideas, and I helped get him a jump start into the solar industry here. And used me as a scapegoat, meaning used me as reference and things like that. So you guys remember that. So seems he's forgotten that. So it's okay. The container home. Oh, Scott Schofield, good morning. And Mikado, that's the way to go, man. You did the right thing. Claude's channel is one I watch every day. I'm also connected with him on Facebook. Yeah, Claude's a good guy. He's a good friend of mine. So are you, John. So he is, he just lacks the views and lacks the doing. I told him what to do, and he said he's going to start doing it to help his channel. I said, you just got to be consistent. Same time every day. You're going to put out a video, put it out same time every day. Don't put it out and then don't put one out. If you're going to put 2 videos out a week, put them out Tuesday and Thursday. Put them out Tuesday and Thursday. Jackie's Canadian homes interest me, but also Quonset hut homes. Have you seen any Quonset homes? I think it would be less vulnerable to destruction from typhoons. Yes, they have them here. They're selling them right down the road there. I can't get to it to do a video because the traffic is so heavy. You can't get off the highway quick enough because so many accidents coming up and down the hill there. I can't even get there. Love chat, good morning. I don't know about the dating site. Okay, here, hold on. I'll take care of that. Hold on. Hide user. Here we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, so those are really nice. They would. Yeah, I wish and you know what? Solar is 20 years, right? Mikado, what's the lifespan? I know the batteries will last a long time. These are at least good 10, 15-year batteries. Good morning, yeah. Yeah, container. And then, and then Quonset hubs again. They also have another type. It's an A-frame home, guys. The A comes all the way down to the ground. And imagine a home. The A comes all the way down to the ground, and it comes off about 3 feet off the ground, 3.5 feet off the ground, and then it has one real big room, and then you branch off your bedrooms and things like that off of that. I mean, they're big. Some are small, but you have a real big one. They're really unique. And they started building those here too. As a con, Tom, I would not even do it here. Cheaper. Let's see. Doing. We're doing hemp concrete. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hemp concrete's good deal. Jim Allner, see you later. Have a good day, Jim Allner. Thank you for coming on, Jim. High five. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us today. I own my own house. I would do that too. Yes. Tim D. Jace Anderson, good morning. It's not as cheap anymore, Tommy. It's reasonable to travel there. Yeah, I know, Jace. I understand. I agree with you. Sorry, Tom, I have to pop out for a minute. Okay, sounds good. Solar panels retain 8% efficiency after about 10 years. Okay, so they deteriorate. It's okay. I understand that. I do understand that. I think a lot of times, like for me, I think if I can, like for me, if I can maintain what I have here for a while, I would be okay. We all know the batteries of the heart system. Just like battery is your heart to the human body, a battery is the heart of the solar system. That what controls everything in your house. So the battery is the key. You find out what you're going to put on your system, and then you get appropriate batteries, and then you get your your solar according to what you need to charge those batteries. I will email you. I think I have your email. Take care. Okay. I have a solar. I'd have a solar generator in the Philippines. The blackouts would drive me crazy. Yeah, the blackouts are just incredibly unhappiness there. To be honest with you, they're unbearable pain in the neck. Not everything is on solar here. My air cons are not, and if it goes out in the middle of the day, which it normally does. I literally had 20 brownouts last week. For the first 3 years I lived here, I had none. So the grid is dying. So we're going to have to say that in the next few years, Philippines may go through some transitional time. There may or may not be a good place to. You have to be 100% on solar here. I don't know what Filipino are going to do. I guess still pay whatever the bill is, if it's 1,000 peso or 10,000 peso for running a light at night, because it's horrible. Yeah, solar panels are cheap now. You can swap them after 10 years. Yes. Jim Christie, sounds good, buddy. Jim, if you don't, it's young.tom23. Young Tom 23. Let me put it in here if you know where I left. Let me type it. So you can always contact me. Hold on. I can't type. Hold on. Okay, here we go. There it is. So, but solar panels. Yeah, if you want to, good solar system. Text Philip did when his great system is us. He did do a good system. He did do a good system. Some of the things that he did really good. Might need some critiquing later on. Let's see, Scott. What I mean by that is the inverters are. Might need different inverters. There's a lot of great inverters out there, but you need to find one that's what they call standalone, self-contained inverters, meaning that no matter what, it's going to be self-contained, and that you can tie it into your house. And you want to have a situation where you have the quick disconnect, this quick switch where if it turns off or turns on, you can have the system, what it does, you want to still have power to your house, right? And you want to show power, and there's a reason for that. So you pay, 200 electric bill, 200 peso. Then if the power goes out, this automatically kicks on, but it's still going to be on anyway all the time. Self-contained, you want one self-contained. on what I need for aircon, refrigerator, and internet connection. Yeah, Tim D, there are probably some solar guys there in town that can help you with that and give you guidance on that and get you a solar setup. It wouldn't be that complicated to do that and put a fan on it. You can put fan and aircon, refrigerator, and you might be able to get away with a good solar. They make a solar power box, and just already everything's in that box, and all you do is add a solar panel to it, stick it on a porch or your roof or whatever right there, and just plug it in. And then when you run out of power, you're charged up, and you just run your fan and your TV and your fridge. They have those. So, Bongo said a speech the other day that nuclear's coming, but when? 10 years, but solar wind is the right spot. You know what? The other day they turned that plant on. The plant is on. That plant is on and it's working. It's in the test mode now, and supposedly it's running. It's running at I don't know what capacity. And I don't know who's monitoring it, and I don't know anything about it. I don't know who's watching. I don't know who's monitoring, meaning I don't know what, but it's turned on now. That plant is turned on. McCullough, if you have a random fan facing the south in your apartment, you can put 3 or 4 solar panels in for enough shade during the day. It'll generate 900, 1200 watts, 5-6 hours a day. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It'll help a lot. You're right. If I was someplace I could not even get solar, I would get a bicycle, hook up the type generator, and charge up some batteries. Yeah, you can do that. Another source, believe it or not, is wind. Don't estimate wind. Wind is a good source of power too. Wind and solar. Do wind both. Do them both. That's a smart thing. Makoto, like when you have gray skies for 2, 3, 4 days, ideas wind, right? To maybe charge those bad boys up a little bit. Omar, quit crying. What are you crying about? I wonder about those batteries backup systems that charge when your power is on, and then you can run off the batteries in the blackout. Those work, Kevin. Those work fine. Those work fine. And they'll work really well for you. I know that a lot of times you don't really think about it. The battery backups. You talking about UPS system? You can do that. But they make a solar power pack that you can actually buy. It's a solar generator, and it costs probably about $300, $400, $500 or more. And they have batteries in there and everything, and all you do is hook up a solar panel to it. You just plug it in, and put your solar panels out on the thing to charge up the batteries. I'd get 2, 3, 4 of those panels, and then they'll sell them to you at the solar store. And then when your power goes out, you just plug your fridge and everything else in. And your fan and your TV. It work fine. They won't charge up an aircon, but they'll give you a few hours of freedom. Yeah, they'll help 3, 4, 5 hours. He's right. Those things work good. They have lithium batteries in those. Those battery backup system work too. Like the old computer UPS system can work. Yeah. The thing of it is, it's limited for a few hours, but as you know, remember those old computers would burn up a lot of power. Makoto, you know that. Remember those old laptops and the monitors and everything, and your things, all the UPS and what it had to do. I'm sure you could put a couple of those in series. Hey, Ken Unger, how you doing? You probably could put a couple of those in series, and that would work. I don't know. You could do that, and then when the power comes back on, they just charge back up. Yeah. You can do that too with a solar generator. You just charge it up, plug it in, and charge it up. This one right here has availability that if there's not enough solar on, I have a plug. I can plug it into the outlets to charge it up, to get the batteries back up to 100%. But the good thing about lithium, you can go all the way down with them, meaning you can go down to 0 with them, and they'll charge right back up. You can't do that same thing with any other batteries. The lead acids, they deteriorate after a period of time. These lithiums will go down, and they'll charge down like 1,000, 1,200 times or so or more. And Makoto, tell me if I'm wrong. Tom, I just need a fan. Oh yeah, use a UPS. Yeah, just go buy a UPS at a store there, Yeah, that'll work. You sure can. Get a fan there. Yeah, it'll work. You can put probably 2 fans on that thing, depending on what it is. Yeah, it'll work. 4 different ways power things, right? Rely on one. Yeah, exactly. So good. How's Mr. Ken doing? Good to see you, Ken. If you're on a budget, you can use deep cycle lead acid. Okay, 2 and 4 in series and only spend. Yeah, he's exactly right. Those deep cycles, Makoto was right. Yeah, I never even thought about that, Makoto. Like golf cart batteries. If you can find those deep cycle, like golf cart batteries, marine battery, deep cycle, they'll give you good service. Yeah, those are good. And just it's like anything else. You don't charge them down to zero, but when they get down, 70%, charge them back up. Yeah. Well, they're from China. China. Just face it, China makes everything. Most of these I got from Germany. German solar. That's the reason I bought them. And they're 200 watts and each, and they're fine. Now, what I bought other ones, I probably should have bought bunch. I didn't. Stupid me. Follow me every day where I go. Fan on me. Hey, I tell you what, Mark King, you can do that. Just have get a bunch of people like this oh, no worries. You know those blowers you crank up and blow off your sidewalks? No worry. I'll follow you with one of those and we'll just blow you. So blow your hair off your head, Mark. Yeah, most solar panels from China, but the quality is yeah. I think they're good. I mean, Scott Expat, Mark King, yeah. You know what, Makoto? Yeah, they seem to be good stuff now. I tell you what I need to do, Makoto. I got to find some good batteries. I have some riser batteries, REISER batteries out there in the garage. I need to buy a couple more. If I can find them. I'd love to find them if I can find them. Batteries are hard to find right now. Lithium batteries are hard to find. Everybody's doing solar. I mean, everybody. It seems like the new thing now is everybody's doing solar. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of plan on that. Ruth and I were thinking about spending the money on just really just focusing, getting it done. Quit messing around with this junk, meaning these brownouts and stuff. But as you know, you're trying to save money, and it's just impossible every time you turn around. Scott, let's see, Scott. Just caught what you said about Mark, yeah, with the blower. Yeah, take that blower, those crank up ones like this, and you spray it, and you do clean off sidewalks and blow off like that. No worries. We can take care of that, Mark. I'll follow you around. It's gas. I use my 2 Nissan Leafs 60 kilowatt battery as my battery for myself. Did you really? 60 kilowatt hours. Wow. You know what? You can't. It's hard to find. I went in the other day to look for batteries, right? And I'm thinking cheap, right? Now, man, and now they're putting criteria on batteries coming to the Philippines. I don't know why, but now I can't. Some places won't ship batteries anymore. Like used to, they ship a car here, and with the batteries in them. No, you can buy a car, but you got to buy the batteries somewhere else. So the only place you buy them is in Manila, from a car dealer, and they charge arm and leg. Get this panel right behind me. $20 from China delivered here. Okay, you just got to buy whatever of them, right? $20. I go across over here to Jinsan. They make them. $65 per panel. Same panel, same type, same thickness. But I can order from China, delivered here Cost everything. Customs, the whole 9 yards, $20. What's the difference? What's wrong with that picture? $60 each. I asked the guy, I said, you're crazy. I said, it's cheaper than me. I can order a truckload, bring them here, and sell them for $60 or $50 and sell a truckload here. He kind of made me mad. He was arrogant. The Filipino was arrogant. Yeah, he says, I sell them $60. He's just arrogant on Facebook. Just really arrogant. Kind of really made me mad. English speaking. And so I said, well, okay, so I'll take care of that. So I didn't buy them. I had lithium batteries before, but I found car batteries were better since you can use them on your house as well as drive them. Kill two birds with one stone. Mikado, you're one smart cookie. If everybody goes solar, then wonder what all the power companies would do, come up with some type of new laws. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to stop you from that. Might have to import lithium and beef. How about that in the same container? Yeah, Jack. Yeah, I'd like to import some lithium and beef today, please. It's funny, but okay. I was at the mall. I saw a friend of mine is from California. I asked him, I said, you said you're going to start a cattle farm here 3 years ago. How's it going? Did you do it? Good morning, Balut John. He said, I've started the farm, but I found a dilemma. There's a limitation on what I can and cannot do in the cattle business. And I said, what's that mean? He says, I am doing sugarcane now. I said, why? Tom, I'm doing sugarcane now. I said, so you can't do it? He says, no, I can't. They won't let me do cattle. I said, what do you mean they won't? Well, my wife just tried to buy some cattle and do it. He says, they won't let me do it. So, Balut John, how you doing? So how are things? Nice to see you. Jackie's batteries are heavy in weight. Yes. I guess that's what it is, Jack. Yeah. You hit the nail. I never thought about it, but you're right. I never thought about that. You're exactly right. Batteries are heavier in weight, and shipping must be outrageous. You're right. You're right about that. If you're going to buy 2 or 4 or 5 batteries, okay, fine. But if you're not, yeah. So Blue John, how are things? Is it Bakersfield, California, or it's Northern California? Randy, good morning. How you doing, Randy? Yeah, I wouldn't mind finding some good lithium batteries to purchase. I had a source where I could buy them before, but he is out of batteries and he can't get them. So the supply and demand is gone. And I couldn't believe it about my expandable house walls here. I wasn't going to do anything. The back at that time I was thinking is go straight up, and I was going to do another up here, and have a spiral staircase here in this room going upstairs to another, just one big room with a kitchen up there and a bathroom, and just have one huge room with a walk-around porch and a TV and just furniture like here, and watch TV way over there. Just a big room. And I was thinking about doing it, and I could do it really inexpensively. I mean, the walls are $20 each. I don't know. I figured it up. It was not much, guys. Like $1,500, and I could build a whole new setup up there, including the roof, including having these for the roof, and because they'll make these any length. These are 10 foot tall. They can make them 20, so they could easily make a roof on these. So I said to myself, I said, well, so we decided not to, you know. How's your car going, Tom? You know what? It's going well. In fact, I'm going to take a trip to CDL soon. I have to go over there. And it's doing well. I got, to check. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna have a guy check the oil, make sure it's okay, because it seems like I'm using like a half a quart on a trip. But other than that, the van is running really well. I'm knock on wood, man. Hold on a minute. Knock on wood. It's running. I love it. If I had a choice to buy a car in the Philippines, I wouldn't buy no Ford pickup truck. I wouldn't find it. I'd buy those little vans. I like them. I like them. I like them. I buy a Ford truck. They're too expensive. I'm not buying no new truck here. Before they go up down the roads and they get dinged and danged. Listen, the other day, a rock popped in my windshield that was already cracked. Put another crack in my windshield. And you're going down these roads and you think that a brand new truck? I got 2 Tesla batteries on my panels. Oh man, high five. You can craft your own batteries made with 2 electrodes and just salt water. Of course, your salt water batteries will take a whole room. Yeah. They would, wouldn't they? I had a guy telling me that he's going to make his own solar panels. I said, solar panels, why would you do that? They're so cheap, don't even worry about it. Now, if you want to make something, make batteries. I said, don't worry about it. You can buy 500-watt solar panels now. They even have them 600-watt, I think, but you can buy 500-watt solar panels. All you need is 3 or 4 of those. And batteries and a controller costs you $300-400. And a standalone controller and batteries, that's where your cost is going to come in. But you buy some batteries. It's a great little car. I love it. Yeah, salt water is a great conductor for lightning. Yes, it is. Yeah, you see them out in the ocean all the time. When I would live on a beach, thunderstorms, you see them rolling in. You can see the thunder and lightning off that water. And, the rolling, how it rolls in. Then I'd run to the house because it's coming. You guys ever seen a funnel? A wind funnel coming off the ocean? A tornado on the ocean? And they happen often because of the hot and cold there. And I happened to be sitting and I saw one, and I could see that thing going all the way around like that. And it's crazy. I could not believe it. And it was like it go all around like that. I was watching that thing. Saltwater's a great conductor, it really is. This stupid. Yeah, Randy, I love my van. I really, listen, it's got a front air con. It's got a fan for the back. The radio can be controlled from the back. It's not working okay. I get that fixed. Front, it's got open, closed doors, both sides. Of course, push button, open, close. Same thing, open, close, lock. It has all the features I need. No electric seats, none of that stuff. Got a decent radio in it. I put a good touchscreen radio in it. I don't need anything else. What do I need? And it's got enough ground clearance I can get off the ground. And get this, if I need to buy a motor for that thing, I can go down here and buy a motor for it. If I need tranny, I can go put an automatic tranny in it because they have them. So it's not like the parts aren't available here. That's the problem with the cars. Try to get a Ford transmission here, guys. Oh, by the way, I had my oil changed in my Ford, and they forgot to put the cap on it right, and all the oil went out and my motor blew. I have to have a new motor, right? I'm saying this is analogy joke. Try to find a new motor. There's no junkyards, no scrap heaps. It's horrible. There's a place that rebuilds these vans, and what they do is they bring these vans in, and like a lot of times the skin outside is not well, so they'll keep all the parts and they'll sell the parts, or they'll sell that skin and the motor and everything as is, and it's all dent up and broke windows and everything else, and the people will buy them for $1,000. And you got a ready-made car, seats are in it and everything, $1,000. And they're selling them as fast as they can build them. They're selling these fans as fast as they can build them, to be honest with you. If you guys need to see these, go on a place called Surplus TV. Surplus TV. It's in Davao. Check them out. You want to see some vans? Check their vans out. They have this van there. And mine, I bought it for 277,000 peso. 5,000 change. They have them there for 5,000 change, just like this one. They paint them and they do everything. You ought to see their vans. They look really nice. I see panels here for less than 30 cents a watt. Why would it bother so cheap now? Yeah, exactly. How do you like the Telsa batteries? Oh man, those are nice. There are videos on YouTube on how to make your own batteries, salt water, whatever. Yeah, I'm not into making batteries. I'm not. Well, number one, I can't get anything. I can't even go get a pair of channel lock pliers here, okay? How am I going to go make batteries? Ruth went to town the other day to buy some channel lock pliers. They don't have them. So on our next trip to Malay or Valencia or somewhere, we'll have to buy some channel lock pliers. They don't have them. Mine disappeared. Don't know where they're at. We need a pair of channel lock pliers. A big pair of channel lock pliers. They don't have them. I said the other day we went to town to buy something else. They didn't have that either. So I give up on buying anything. I'm not buying anything no more. If I don't have it, I'm just going to do without it until I get to US. I'm just going to do without it. I have 40 pounds, 420 watts each. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think you made a good investment, Tom. I think so too. I think so, Randy. I do too. I'll get my $5,000 out of it. Listen, I talked to the guy. I said, if I want to sell that van today back to you, what would you pay me for that van? There's a reason why I asked. He looked at me. He said, I'm really not quite sure. I said, well, think about it a minute. I said, text me later. 210,000. I paid 5. I've driven it for 6 or 8 months. He's going to give me 4,000 for it today. So, idea there. You guys see the idea, right? There's a market for these things. He said he has 2 buyers that will buy that van tomorrow. It's just the it's the new trend now. No do-it-yourself stores in CDO or Davao. We bought our Suzuki multi-cab from Russia Autos. Russell. Hey, Scott, that's good. That's a good place. Yeah, Russell. No do-it-yourself stores in CDO Davao. There is CDO. Davao is 5 hours for me, 4 hours for me. And I can go there. CDO is 3 hours for me. I can go there. Yes, they have them. But they may not have everything you need. I went to do-it-yourself in Malay, and they didn't have what I needed. I need steel drill bits to go through steel. And City Hardware, Wilcons did not have them. Oh, they had thousands of beautiful things and thousands of tile and thousands, but they don't have. They're not like Home Depot or Lowe's. You can't just go in there and buy anything. I don't understand it. I've given up. They finally broke me. I've given up on it. If I need to buy something, I'm not going to buy it. I did make an order from eBay, and I do have some stuff coming from eBay. Russell Autos is a good place, Scott. In Davao, they have, I'm sure, everything, but not according to some. Some say yes, some say no. I asked Mike the other day, a good deli meat place. I guess the deli meat place went out of business. And I guess there's no deli meat place there in Davao anymore. My goodness gracious alive. So you can't get any good beef and good steaks. They don't have steaks there. You can't buy a steak. You cannot buy a steak in Davao. I know you cannot buy a steak in CDO. You can buy one steak at a place called Circa Restaurant. Costs you about $40. You can go to Longhorn. It's going to cost you about $40, but it's not the steaks that you get in the U.S. With the transportation, Great transportation, Baguio. We need to drive. I love it. Being a retired truck driver, I just couldn't drive it here. Yeah, I know. I honestly need Ruth to help me drive, and I need R to help me drive. I'll just be honest with you. I got the two mirrors. I got the small mirrors. You know, the see who's close. I got the rear view mirror. I need a couple more mirrors. I need a mirror, and I have a backup camera, and I think I need a couple more mirrors. I'm gonna get a dash cam. I'm telling you, it is a nightmare. I'm so stressed when I go on a trip because of people pulling out on me and people I almost hit. A baby, 3 or 4 years old, going up a mountain. There was a house. The house was this close from the highway. Had a phone in his or her hand, walking across the street. When she walked across the street, I was in the right lane passing a tractor trailer going 2 miles an hour up a grade. When I went, I had to slam on brakes, so did about 10 cars behind me. I almost got hit because this kid is walking out in the street with one of these. Then, when I slammed on my brakes, everybody slammed on their brakes. Well, we're going up a grade like this, and my heart was going like this. Well, the van's fine. It can go. So I put on the gas, the turbo kicked in and went up the grade. I'm doing, 30, 40, 50 kilometer speed, upped it, 55 speed. I'm going fine. The van behind me, including the Hilux, up the thing. Because those Hiluxes will pass me, but they could have been loaded with 15, 20 passengers. I don't know. They could have been loaded. So that's the problem. And they do this. And then back in. And then back in. And what it is it's this in here and over here and over here you have to watch. Especially these guys, and excuse the words, the inexperienced drivers on the motorcycles. Inexperienced. Just because you ride a motorcycle does not mean that you really deserve one. They'll pull out in front of you without even looking. They'll come out of the side street. Just come out and just don't even look. Left or right, front. There's no turning laws. They'll go from right lane on the 4-lane highway or 6-lane, right lane, and they'll turn to the other side. Car's coming. Everybody's slamming on the brakes. Some you see go sideways. It's crazy. I honestly, somebody said, let's go to Liiving today. I said, no, I don't want to drive. So I'll drive. I have to drive. I'll drive. I bought the car to drive. I'm going to drive it. Your van is a great way to ship. Cut them, send them to scraps, put them back together. Phillies, sell them for dollars. Wakado, they sell them. They make a fortune off of them. They put them back together. They put them back pretty decent. It doesn't shake. It doesn't rattle. It don't roll. One guy said it'll fall apart driving it down the road. It don't fall apart driving it down the road. It's all checked out. Everything's been repainted before it's put back on. Arco, good morning. It's been repainted. And every piece of that that's been put back together, it's been sanded and repainted and put back on. All the undercarriage is painted. All the brake covers and everything. I said, did you sand that down? He goes, yeah, we sanded that down. We cleaned all the rust off. He said, we get all the rust off. Then we put a primer on it, the gray. We put 2 coats of primer. He did. 2 coats of primer. And then we spray it, and then we put a clear coat. We put 2 clear coats on that. And he says, don't wax it for 30 days. I said, I won't. He says, it's got 2 clear coats on there. That's the reason that van's shiny. Now, not everybody does that, but that's what he did. Not everybody does. Well, he's selling a car. He's getting good money out of it. He paid, what did he pay for that car? They put 17 on a container. 17 cars go on a container. And I forget what he said he paid for that. He told me. He made a lot of money off of it. I mean, they sell those cars for nothing. My van had 152,000 miles on it when I got it. So, yeah, bagging over to drove it, exactly. Great way to ship. Yeah, 1 mile from house walking distance. Oh, yeah, I wish I had that here. I don't have that. I'm listening in the background. Thank you, Scott. I think when I was there in 18, we bought steak at Save More. I wish I could buy steak. I can't buy any of that stuff. I had steak at lunch and dinner yesterday. Australian strip loin, $6. That sounds good. Tom, you were lucky that you were still going up and down the hill. Going downhill, you may have stopped at time yet. Yeah, it would not have stopped in time. It would not have stopped in time. The brakes on anything going down the hill like that. And you got to realize, guys, I'm loaded most of the time. I'm loaded with, 5, 6 people in that van. Really. And that's plus us. So 7. They always fit, kids stuff. 2 or 3 or 4 in the back, and then whatever fit on that bench seat. I got sizzling a plate here yesterday. I haven't eaten, but a menu shows steak, but not sure how good they are. Yeah, I would like to try a steak. Try and see if you can pick up some Mitsubishi mirrors. The rear vision mirror is great. I've done them on Mitsubishi Challenger, and they're wide and will look good on your van. I'll look at that, Mitsubishi Motors. I'll try to look at that, Scott. Thank you, my friend. Arco, how is Mr. Arco doing? Good to see you. Man, high five to you, sir. Good to see you. Great channel, guys. We're exiting here is Wagyu steak. Yeah, man, 13 a pound. Arco's a good guy. Arco's, hey, I'm back. You made it. I was wondering where you were at. What took you so long? I'm kidding. The people want the vans because they're reliable and get parts. Yes, exactly. Randy, you're right. McCall, if you're good at cars, then that would be a great business in the Philippines. Bag K cars and putting them up, ship them scraps, put together in the Philippines. Makoto, I even thought about doing that back years ago and opening up just a auto shop, detailing shop, body shop, paint shop, repair shop, all in one. And not only that, have it to where you change oil and all the other stuff, and then do those vehicles, because you need all that, the electric and everything, because the guys are smart. I mean, these guys are intelligent as heck to put these cars back together. It's like plug and play, I guess. The lights all work. Here's an example. So I buy my van. It has a crack in the windshield. And so I mentioned him. He says, "You didn't let me finish. I'm giving you a brand new windshield." I said, "What?" He says, I'm giving you a brand new windshield. Brand new. So I went and got it. I have a brand new windshield sitting over in the blessing house. Yeah. So we'll replace that, put that brand new windshield in, and have it tinted where we want. So it's really a good business. He says, "Listen, you had any problem with that van?" He said, "Let me tell you, I just put a new radiator on it because the radiator, I didn't like it. It's rusted. It's got a brand new radiator, all the coolant, everything all in there, and it's brand new. It's not refurbished. It's things brand new." I said, "Where'd you get the parts?" He says, "We buy them. We get them in Davao. All the parts are coming from Davao. But he said these came from CDO off the ship." What did I miss? We're talking about these, they cut these vans up and they ship them here. 17 to a container. Yeah, those guys on the bike seem to be good drivers in USA. Drivers stop them at all. Yeah, I know. And you're right about that, Mark. Man, they do. They think they're good drivers. Oof. They're scary, I'm telling you. Need a standard engine brake. Yes. Yeah. I would never own a manual shift here. People say own one, going up the mountain grades and everything else. I wouldn't own it. I'm not a fan of standard shifts. The manual shifts. I'm not into this thing. Because that's all you'd be doing. Imagine your leg. Well, I was talking to my brother-in-law. He's had to replace the clutch again on his galloper. Again. Why? Constant use, going up the grades, down the grades. And that's what's happening, guys. You guys know this. You got a Gallop. You got a Mitsubishi Gallop. You go on and you slam on your brakes. Okay, down into 1. And then, okay, I'm up to 15, down to 2. Up the grades. It takes you all day. Get up. I can't go to 3 yet because I can't get up to 30 mile an hour. So that's what happens. And it's sad. People were telling me, why would you buy an automatic? Because I don't have to shift. I'll get there 10 times quicker than you guys will. And I do. I'll have to pull off the road and wait for them. Because they're coming off the hills and the grades and shifting on. And I'm talking, these are new cars. Because they're constantly shifting all the time. Slamming on the brakes and they have to go up the grade. in a new Ford truck, you know, and they're shifting it. I said, why didn't you get the automatic transmission in the Ford instead of the shifting? But they do that. I had a business deal too. Oh, good, good. A full week of my new job. Arco, what are you doing now? You teaching or what are you doing? Bondo, Bondo, Bondo. Here I sing that. Here's a little man Omer. He is right here. He's been in trouble. He ate mommy's mask. He's right here. He's in a doghouse. He ate mommy's mask. Is her mask, her face mask? He ate it. So guess who's in trouble? He's doing good now, Charles. I'm back. So you can't win up or downhill. Exactly, you can't win. I ate some eggs and bacon and skipped the rice today. High five. John Ferris, thank you for the super chat. High five, high five. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Automatic's the way to go, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I don't want to be shifting gears and shifting. You know, when I started driving, my dad won't let me drive standard. That's why I say able to drive standard. You'll be able to drive any car then. Yeah. I don't mind that automatic. I can be up on a grade, completely stopped. The van was fully loaded last time. I'm completely stopped on a high grade going on top on it, and it's high grade. It's scary. I mean, you slap back like this. And I got in some dirt, and you know, it's lugging along. But once it catches, then I'm going up the grade really nice. And they go, man, you can hear that turbo, you know, sounding, you know, the whistle. And it kicking in. It was okay. I had 2 boiled eggs, lunch and dinner, butter, pepper, chicken breast, no rice. High five, man. Great live stream. Out of food, need to buy food. Hungry. Yeah, Makoto. I understand, man. I'm going to close the stream here in about 2 minutes. My neighbor is making pickled eggs and sausages. Ooh, they're good. I learned how to drive on the standard, too. Yeah, I learned on a column. And then the stick and the floor. And And how did I learn on a column? My father. My father taught me. Then my mother taught me, because my father had no patience. Then my mother eventually taught me. And my mother. Now, my mother never had a driver's license, even until she got into her 30s. She never had a driver's license. She started driving. But back then, they didn't drive too much. Mamas didn't drive too much, you know. IBT. 3 on a tree, exactly right. 3 on a tree. And that, finding that reverse. Have a great time. Gas prices went down here in new price of today's video. Okay. Did stunt car driving in the late 80s and 90s for the film people. I tell you what, John Ferris, you got talent. You can make some shine. You can find gold. You can sing. You can play the guitar. And now you're a stunt car driver. What else can you do? There are many people, a lot of talents. If they could just write a book, it'd be amazing on what they've done in their life. And it's amazing when you find and talk to people what they've done. And you're right, you did that, really? I want to know more about it. Yeah, I did some car driving. Is there any limit? No limit. There's no limit. I had a friend of mine that loved doing those stunt drives. He was a stunt car driver. And he was a stunt man there in Los Angeles. He loved it. It's 1972 Maverick with 3 on the tree. Oh, man. I wish I had that Maverick today. 1972. I had a Maverick too, man. My 3 on the tree was a Chevrolet 60-something, 60. 3 on a tree, green, pick 'em up truck. And that thing was something else. I was cool in that thing, man. I even got cool because I put my toolbox in there. Yeah. I was cool. Then I got me some tires and I put me some fancy wheels on there. I painted them and then I was really cool. Bye-bye, Charles. Happy Sunday to you and your family. Yeah. John Ferris, you only have one life. and do it wisely. Yes, exactly right. Yeah, as long as you don't jump off bridges with no parachutes, you're fine. And jump out of airplanes with no parachutes, you're doing okay. There are people out there that like to do that. Now, something I asked Ruth or this one question. This one question was really amazed at the answer. I said, would you jump out of an airplane? R said, yes, I would. And Ruth said, yes, I would. As I said, I would not. And they said, why would you not? I said, well, I would need a parachute. I would need a parachute to do that. And they laughed. This love chat is really cool, huh? So, yeah, you only have one life. So you're right. You're right. You live it up wisely. I did 6.5 years active duty. That was the worst decision I ever made. Oh, man. I understand. I understand. I was never in the military. Not saying... I was just, yeah, why jump out perfect? I did it as a joke to him. I said, well, you need a parachute. You're not going to jump out without a parachute, are you? Why would you jump out of a plane without a parachute? You guys, don't you need, but yeah, they want to go skydiving. They want to go skydiving. Us as well. There's a place in DeLand, Florida. You go up, you jump out, and you land right at the airport there in DeLand. $65 per jump. And then you go into the restaurant and you have lunch. Then the guy, of course, brings you right back to the airport. And they jump all the time there, man. They love it. Yeah. Tabs on the beer, Tim. Mark King. 3 speeds on a tree, but I had a friend that had a fastback Mustang, had 3 speed on the floor, and he was able to 50 mile for a shift in a second for a stoplight. Oof. Wow. I had a friend that had a Nova. I don't know if it was 3 or 4 speed. I don't know, but man, that Nova was something else. He had that thing spiffed up there. And, John Ferry, I've done many things in my life. Now life is stagnant. Guess it's time to find a girl. Yeah, I understand. Find you a girl, man. All you gotta do is just come here. Just get on a plane, come here. You'll find a girl. They'll ask you sitting at a restaurant, Scott Expat, I joined her church. Yeah, that's right. Congratulations, Charles. Church of Christ now. God bless you, man. So, Charles, that's good. I had my 4th vaccine. Arlene has a 3rd. And his first vaccine this morning. All good. Well, there you go. 4 vaccine. What's the 4th one for? Scott, there's another one? Oh. What are they going to do? Vaccine us to death here? Are they really? I live with a guy. Big block, yeah. Yeah. I was in a mechanic shop in high school, and it was a 3-hour class, and I used to love that class. We could do anything in that class. We do anything. Work on our own cars, did everything. So teacher didn't care, and so we would take his car out. And ask teacher, we're going to be gone for a little bit. I'll call and then give you a ticket, So we'll get a little card that's okay for us to leave school. And we take it down on the school parking lot, and man, he would just burn rubber in that thing. I'm talking fishtailing, the guys, there's a lot of racers out there. Loved it. So how many monkeypox? Yeah, it's the new one here. The first case here in the Philippines day before yesterday. The very first monkeypox case. Yeah, I had to go 68 GTL. Oh, man. That's all you had to tell me, 68 GTL. I'm not reading the rest. No rust, no dents. 400 was in. Oh, man. Don't you wish you had that car now, Charles? I wish I had a 68 GTL. I saw, I don't remember what movie it was, Tom Cruise. Day and Night, that Day and Night guy with what's her name in it. Wasn't that a 68 GTO that she raced, or she run in that car? What a nice car that was. Artco, yes. Eat bananas, no monkey. Okay. Eat bananas, man. May work. Well, guys, I've been on 2 hours exactly. I want to thank everybody for coming on my stream. It didn't seem like 2 hours, did it? 2 hours went by so fast. So fast. Time goes when you're having fun. Time really goes when you're having fun. I want to thank everybody for spending their valuable time with me today, and thank you so much for coming on. And we always appreciate it. I just sitting in my house. I just made 4,400 pesos sitting in my house. John Ferris, high five. How's gold panning with you, man? Are you doing okay? Getting some gold? Charles, see ya. Tim D. Tim, thank you. Charles, thank you. Don't have it with men, monkeypox. Kevin P is saying. Mark King, see you later. John Ferris, see you later. Charles Huckstadt, Randy Cargrad, see ya. Have a good day. Scott, thank you, my friend. John Ferris, Kevin P, Charles. Who else on today? I'd say hi to Love Chat, whoever that is, but I guess they're kind of not really good people. Thank you for coming on, BT. Mikado, thank you for coming on. Artco, thank you for coming on today. Thank you so much for coming on, Jack Radman, Randy Conrad, Balut John, Mikado Asabi, Jack Eastman, thank you for coming on today. Jack Redmond, thank you for coming on today. Let's see who else came on today. Mikado, Scott Expat, John Ferris, Gary T, thank you, my friend. Great question, Gary T. Carl Fooning, thank you. I hope I said that right. Fernung. Thank you, Tim Collins. Thank you, Jim Christie. Thank you for coming on today. Gino Clark, thank you for coming on today. Graham, thank you, my good friend Graham. Jim Christie, Mark King. Let's see, who else? McCall's World, thank you for coming on. Let's see, I have Pumpkin Joe. Thank you. Scoot, thank you for coming on. You guys, good friends here. John Ferris, yeah. Better have automatic in the Philippines, slow going down the city. Exactly. I reported. Thank you, Mark King. So thank you, guys, and thank you so much, John Ferris. And I really appreciate all that you guys do. I'll see you guys next time, and thank you for coming on Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Let's see here, guys. I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm thinking, I said, okay, I stopped it. Well, I wasn't even on that one.